Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. This is your 2024 Jumpstart reading. So we're going to see how you can get a jumpstart on the year. And what I was going to say is that this is not your 2024 reading. I will be doing separate 2024 readings as well. So be on the lookout for that. But we're going to see how you can get a jumpstart on the year or what you can do to do that. And that's going to be that. So let's see here, Virgo. Also, Virgo, ignore my face. Yes, I know I'm all broken out and everything. I had an allergic reaction. If you don't know, I have a condition that just, I randomly have reactions to things. And, again, it is what it is. Yes, I have a doctor. People leave comments like I don't go to the doctor. Yes, I have a serious condition. I take care of it. So don't worry about it. It's fine. And just ignore it. That's the best thing we can do. But anyway, sorry that my face is all red. But anyway, and my hands are swollen, but whatever. You start with a Three of Swords. Three of Swords is a card of a separation. So I feel like some of you have gone through a separation or have gone through some sort of something here. There's some sort of change going on here for you. I want to back up a minute here, Virgo. I feel like there is a significant change happening in love. I don't want to say that love is not your focus, right? That's not what I'm saying. And actually, it looks like there's love here, so I wouldn't even worry about it. But I just think that it's different. The way that you focus on love or the way that you see love, something is changing here. Even if you're in a relationship, right? This is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. It's like I think that the way that you're looking at it is different. I don't know. And I feel like that could be healing something inside of you. Like you could be healing past situations or whatever. That's just your general energy. And your crossing energy is the Ace of Pentacles. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you, what hurts you or helps you in a situation. And so I feel for a lot of you that this could actually be like a new opportunity for you to like nurture something new into existence. I always say that the Ace of Pentacles, there's this garden right here at the front of the card. And the garden is about like nurturing something into existence. You have to water it, fertilize it, feed it. And so I feel for a lot of you that, and you end with the Queen of Cups, which is also why I'm saying this. The Queen of Cups is a card of nurturing something into existence. So, I feel for a lot of you, you're like really taking care of something or bringing something into the world. I don't know. I get that feeling here. It could be a relationship, but I kind of feel it's a little bit bigger picture. Like if it's a relationship, sure, maybe it's a relationship, but there's probably like another component to it. Like maybe you're taking the relationship to the next level. You're getting married. Maybe you're starting a business with your partner or something like that, right? It's like there's more energy here. Could be a baby for some of you as well. Next, you have the Knight of Swords. This is in the area of your thoughts or in your mind. And the Knight of Swords, I'll show you, is always running towards the past, right? He's always going in this direction. And so I feel like you have the opportunity here to see something through to the end. And again, this does not have to be in love. This could be in any area of your life. But I am getting here, Virgo, that, if you have a habit of kind of like, and we all do this in some area of your life. This is not a criticism, right? But if you have a habit of running away from something, or if you have a habit of like not completing things to the end, right? We go down to the Seven of Wands, and Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that you can do something, when you believe something so deeply that you're going to be successful, that's when you're going to be successful. So it's about having a very deep belief in yourself. This right here for a new adventure. And we have 3 pages right here. Outside of love, the Page of Cups can represent a dream or something you want to accomplish in your life. So I see a lot of accomplishment here. I also see a lot of commitment here, but more conviction commitment, if that makes sense. Especially with the Seven of Wands. You have the Hierophant here, which can represent marriage. So you definitely could be meeting a person, excuse me, who you could marry. Could be a Taurus. Could be another earth sign. Could be a water sign as well. You have a lot of water here. Could be a fire sign. You have fire. You also have air. But what I would say here is that what's more important than that is that these 2 people here, they're being initiated into something. So if you are attracting love, I feel like you're attracting a person where it's like you're on the same path. You're being initiated into something like bigger and better in your life. For others, I also feel like outside the box thinking, for you, Virgo, is definitely going to be very, very helpful going this way. Seven of Wands is, again, a card of conviction. And then you go to the Page of Cups. And again, the Page of Cups can represent trying to manifest a dream here on Earth. He's got this fish in the cup, and that fish might not exist. It might be part of his imagination, but it might be something that he is trying to manifest here on Earth. But he has to actually, like, he needs to bring it down to earth. He needs to, bring something down. And I feel that for you here. And I think part of your solution is to do things differently or to think outside the box with the Hierophant. In the area of your past, this is the energy that you're moving past. You have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands can represent like being guarded or kind of like trying to protect yourself or something like that. So I kind of feel like you're letting go of some insecurities, or you're letting go of some things that have been kind of like getting in your way or holding you back. And, I feel like you're releasing a lot of that stuff. The Nine of Wands is also a card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I feel for a lot of you, you are kind of like releasing some things here with the Nine of Wands. In the area of your near future, you have the Seven of Wands. Probably, I would say, your most important card here. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card that says when you know that you are going to be successful, that's when you are going to be successful. When you believe deep down inside that something is going to work for you. Like, but it's more than just a belief. Like, you actually believe it in your DNA. So, I always look at this card of kind of as a card of positively brainwashing yourself. But for positive reasons, right? Like really believing in yourself. It's also a card of boundaries. And you have two cards of boundaries here. Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands. These are two very different types of boundaries as well. This Nine of Wands, he's kind of like blocking things out. The Seven of Wands, he's defending his position at the top of the hill. But I look at the Seven of Wands as more of a card of like drawing a line in the sand. Like saying, making sure that people do not cross the line in the sand unless they meet like a certain standard, or unless they're willing to put in a certain amount of work and love, or whatever the case may be. So I feel like you're really sticking up for yourself here. In the area of the next few months, you have the Page of Wands. It's like a new adventure. So I feel that a lot of you are going on a new adventure. I also feel like you're feeling much more excited about the future and kind of like the possibilities in the future as well. And, not just in love. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. And you have that Hierophant. I really feel some of you are breaking out of something in work. I even have the word like breaking out, but it's like, maybe you are known for something in work, and I'm not saying you're completely changing, but I feel like you could be having a little bit of a breakout where you start, working on something else. You upgrade your skills and you change your job, or maybe you still work for the same company or whatever, but you like get a raise or a promotion. I don't have that popping into my head, but here's the thing. Is that it would definitely come from learning something. He has a feather in his cap right here on the Page of Wands, but it's not very long. Like on the Fool, for example, the feather that in the Fool's cap is very long. But the saying like having a feather in your cap kind of says that you know something, right? Or you've learned something. But he's at the beginning of learning some sort of skill or something new. So again, if you're learning something new, whatever, it's popping into my head that it could be a new adventure in work or business, but I also feel it'll be very successful. You have the Page of Pentacles in the area of your closest relationships. Definitely like learning in something new. So I feel you could be learning a lot about your closest relationships in general. I even think some of you like could be revisiting your relationships like when you were a child. Not like literally, but I'm talking about in your head. You could be looking at things on a deeper level as to like why relationships go a certain way for you, or like why you have to experience certain things, or, whatever. So I really see you kind of, examining relationships. I don't know. It's like popping into my head. And I don't think this is for any reason. I think you're just doing it just because. I feel it's a good thing. It's like you're processing information. You're learning from those things. And again, maybe you didn't learn from relationships in the past, but it's like now you're getting, I wouldn't say it's a second chance, but just revisiting the relationship, in your head could be the thing where you're like saying, oh, I could change this in the future. I don't think you're doing this in a judgmental way either. I think you're just kind of like, I don't know. I think you're just doing it. I don't know. It seems important though, for whatever reason. Next, in the area of your future feelings, very dreamy. Again, we have Neptune and Pisces, Saturn and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is extremely dreamy. It's like the impossible dream, Neptune and Pisces. To me, I'm not a big fan of Neptune and Pisces, and I am a Pisces. I do not believe that Neptune rules Pisces in the first place. Every single Pisces chart I've looked at, and I've looked at a lot of them, I can say that Jupiter rules their chart, every single one, and maybe Saturn. Saturn rules like Deacon 1 of Pisces, Jupiter is Deacon 2, and Mars is Deacon 3. But if you want to get super technical about it, but what I would say is I look at a lot of Pisces charts, and I can always see how Jupiter rules their chart. I can always see how Jupiter influences that person on a deeper level. So, I think that Neptune and Pisces is very confusing. we have this big dream. But if you were on Neptune, it would be like, being in the deepest ocean that exists with 1,000 hurricanes like above your head. It'd be like chaos, right? It's just getting all tossed around. So, it's like I think that Neptune brings in these big impossible dreams that are overinflated. But this is actually a good thing because we have Saturn there, where Saturn is like saying, like, if there's something crazy, some crazy ass idea that you want to accomplish, like, now is the time. You're going to have to put the work in, Saturn, but if you do, you will be successful. So, I think it's a good time to dream big. And I think it's a good time to just realize that maybe you don't get that 1000x dream, but, you could get something close. So, like, put in the work. Finally, your outcome is the Queen of Cups. Very like strong nurturing energy. So there's something about you nurturing something or like really taking care of something with that Ace of Pentacles. Again, this could be like a new idea, could be a dream, could be a relationship. Let's see. I'm going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun here to clarify. With the Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, you have this optimism card. I feel like there are a lot of reasons for you to be very optimistic about your future. The Ace of Pentacles is, a little bit optimistic. I think that you really should be excited for the future. I think that there are a lot of exciting things coming in for you. And I also feel like it's almost like you're looking, it's like I feel like you've been very big picture focused. There's nothing wrong with this, by the way, but it's almost like you're looking at like, how can I add the icing on the cake is what's popping into my head. Like, especially in work or business, it's like maybe work or business, you've gotten to a certain level, which is great, but it's almost like there are some little things that you could change that will take it to the next level. I feel like you're optimistic about that as well. With the Knight of Swords, you have this inheritance card. I feel like you have, for some of you, I feel like you're inheriting a person, number one, literally. I feel like you could be inheriting someone else's person because maybe their person screwed up, right? So you could be finding a really good person. For others, I feel that you are, again, going back to that, what I was saying on that Page of Pentacles, I feel like you're looking at, it's almost like, I don't even know what I want to say, honestly. I really have no clue what I'm talking about, Virgo, but that's probably not why you watch me anyway, right? But what I would say is, it's almost like you are looking at things that maybe you have inherited from like your parents, like beliefs, and, we even have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant represents traditional belief. And I feel like you're now like thinking outside the box. You're like saying to yourself, like, why do I believe these things about relationships, or why do I believe X, Y, and Z about, money? Why do I have these like financial beliefs? And it's almost like you're healing your beliefs, but these are beliefs that I feel like you're realizing that you inherited these beliefs from like your parents or when you were a child, from like people around you, and you're like healing those things. I don't know. It's good. With the Hierophant, you have this order card. I feel like you're trying to bring order to chaos. You're a Virgo, duh. This card is the Moon in Virgo. So I feel for a lot of you, you're trying to bring order to something in your life. I also feel like you could be, it's kind of interesting because I feel if you're in love or finding a person, I feel this could go two ways. And, it's like it could go to marriage or not. It's like, it's almost like if you are attracting love, you're attracting someone where you're both on the same path, Hierophant. These two people are being initiated into something. They're both on the same path. They're both learning the same lessons. On one hand, here's the thing about relationships when you're with a person where you're both learning the same lesson. It can go two ways. And the challenge is that in a way, you both remind each other of each other. Because it's not like you're mirroring each other. I hate when people say that in the first place. But it's not like you're mirroring each other. But if you're like on the same path, learning the same lessons, you might trigger each other because it's like you're learning the same things. If that makes sense. So you have a choice. You can end up supporting each other and you both grow, and then you get to a certain level, you're initiated, or you don't. Or what happens in these relationships sometimes is one person doesn't grow, the other person does, and that causes a breakup. So it's kind of weird how I feel that here, where it's like you could be attracting a person where it's like you're both on the same path, and I kind of feel like it's still up in the air. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, this is the most amazing relationship ever. I feel like it could be, if the both of you, kind of evolve into that. It seems like an evolution. Some of you are in this, some of you are not in this. Some of you, this is like clearly something new. We have 3 pages, which tells me it's probably something new for a lot of you, but not all of you. With the Nine of Wands, you have this drama card. Definitely, I felt over here that you're leaving something behind, or you're kind of like releasing something, and clearly you could be releasing a very dramatic situation. I feel like the Knight of Swords is saying don't rush back to a dramatic situation, especially if you're waiting for love, if you don't already have it. and you're like just don't want to be lonely, I kind of feel like this is saying, don't settle for, just any old person who's like, especially a past person. With the Seven of Wands, you have this indecision card. Excuse me. This card is about needing to make a decision. But you could see there's like this angel over here. I almost feel like you are being guided in your choice. What's really interesting is you have 3 pages here. Maybe some of you have a few options in love, but this could just be 3 new beginnings as well. It does not have to be love. I feel that in a lot of ways, this is what you should go for. I want to stress, I think you should be mixing all this energy together. I think you should be mixing the enthusiasm of the Page of Wands with the willing to learn energy of the Page of Pentacles and the dreaminess of the Page of Cups, like being willing to manifest the impossible dream, right? It's like, I think you should mix all those energies together, but I also think you should choose this right here. I think that you should take your wildest dreams, multiply it by 1,000. Are you going to manifest? Are you going to get that 1,000x dream? Maybe not. Maybe, but if you get 10x or 100x better than what you originally wanted, that's better than what you wanted. So I kind of feel it's saying dream big, but put in the work. With the Page of Wands, you have the seduction card. Yes, I feel like you're very attractive this time. So I feel you could be getting a lot of attention from people. I feel like a lot of people want to give you attention. They want to be in your vibe and your energy. So definitely could be attracting a new person here, especially if you want love. I don't think you have to have love, but, there you go. And by the way, the Page of Wands, he moves towards things that are interesting to him, that seduce him, right? So you might be being seduced in a good way, in a new direction, like in work or business, and, I would just learn about it. With the Page of Pentacles, you have this health card. This is the Sun in Virgo, and so, just your card, and you probably are paying attention to your health. But the Page of Pentacles could also say, like, you need to pay attention to how relationships affect your health. I would be paying attention to that. So, just something I would pay attention to. With the Page of Cups here, you have this revenge card. I would be careful of a past person trying to get revenge. I kid you not, a bunch of people have had this card. I don't know what's going on, but if you have an ex or anything like that that might get involved in like new relationships, you might want to kind of keep your current relationship on the down low just so nothing like that happens. Again, multiple signs have had this card. So, and I've been getting weird energy for weeks about like past people showing up in new situations, causing problems. I would be very careful of that. With the Queen of Cups, you have this quarrel card. Yes, this could be like fighting or something like that. So I would avoid that. I am also I'm telling you right now, like, this could be a very good relationship coming in for you, but there might be battles. But I feel maybe just saying to yourself, the reason I'm fighting with this person is because they're just like me. It's almost like that's the feeling I get here, where you could be dealing with like a really good person, right? And, I feel this is saying like, hey, they're really good. And the reason you trigger each other is because you're just the same. It's almost like if you could realize that, you'll both like evolve together, like I was saying earlier. You have this Vulture card that says, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Everybody feels this right now. There's like a word for this. God, I'm not going to remember it. But anyway, there's like a psychological thing where sometimes people get into this habit of thinking people are against them, right? Or thinking like everybody's looking at them. There's a name for it. I'm not going to remember it, but it doesn't matter. And what I would say here is like, don't get paranoid, right? Don't think that people are against you and all this other stuff. Whether they are or they aren't doesn't matter, right? It's like you can just totally ignore it. So, I would ignore it if you think people are against you and just do what you can with what you got, right? What's right in front of you. You have this crib card that says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. So there you go. You had this card with me last week, I think. Clearly, you're birthing something new, and there's going to be a lot of growth. And again, nurture it into existence. I really feel this like strong nurturing energy going on here. You have this cup card that says you should accept valid criticism. Yeah. Also, by the way, if you're in a relationship, there could be some moments of criticism, or it feels like criticism. But I feel like when you criticize the person or they criticize you, you're just criticizing yourself, and vice versa. So, I feel like you need to realize how similar you are to a person, or this is something that is going to happen. For some of you, I feel like you're already with a person. For others, you're not. You have this grapes card that says time to go out and have fun. Yes, I would be trying to have as much fun as you possibly can. I say this to everybody. I think we need to bring as much love, joy, happiness, all that other good stuff into the world right now. Obviously, the world seems to be going the other direction. So I would be focusing on love, joy, happiness, doing more things to bring that into the world. So, there you go. That's it. You have this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. Yeah, a lot of you could be spending time with friends. And again, just like I just said, Socializing, spending more time with people. I want to see what this card is. Yeah, you have this butterfly. Oh, God, come on. I literally just said, I want to see what this card is, Virgo. Every freaking reading. It's a butterfly, and it says a change for the better. Every single reading I do for you for years. You cannot make this stuff up. How crazy is that? Come on. I couldn't make that happen again if I tried. And you have a butterfly. It says a change for the better. There you go. I think the socializing would be very, very helpful for you as well. I love this reading for you. I feel like there's a good, maybe a little bit of a challenge with a person that you're dealing with or will be dealing with, but I almost feel it's a good challenge. Either you're going to pass or you're going to fail, right? It's like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this is like the best relationship I've ever seen. I feel like it could be if you realize that you trigger each other because you're both exactly the same person. Or you're on the same path or something like that. It's not like you mirror each other. I don't even think you're the same person. I think you're going through the same things. And if you could realize that and turn that energy into supporting each other, it could be amazing. So this looks really good. But anyway, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Definitely enjoy your month.